you don't just go to this country A to travel and not giving a shit about the people and the culture or the language. So don't be like that. Don't be arrogant like that. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the part 2 of an exchange semester during pandemic. And today we're going to talk about what to expect from the exchange semester during pandemic. So without further ado, just get to the point. So the first one is the new normal. So I know that you know about that already, that we're living in a new kind of normal world. So if you go to a country that depends on tourism, like I do now, right now in Bali, you will expect to see a lot of like bankrupt businesses, rundown businesses everywhere on the street. A lot of shops ranging from mall to spa to surf shop to whatever you can imagine would, if they're not lucky enough to survive during corona pandemic, they would go bankrupt, and you would likely to see a lot of rundown and bankrupt businesses in the country. So it's hard, and it's hard to take that in, and I also feel sad for them. So if you go to this kind of country, the country that depends on tourism sector to survive their economic, just expect that you will see a lot of rundown businesses, and you will feel a bit sad, and you won't be happy all the time, because you will see people struggle and stuff like that. So my recommendation would just to expect the worst, and expect that you won't see only the good thing but also the bad thing. I mean, for me personally, here in Bali, I see it's a great opportunity to see this country, this island, without the overcrowded mass tourism. So yeah, it's another, because I ask a lot of people here and they all say that normally it's very crowded, very too many people on the streets and everywhere, and I'm just somehow very lucky to see the country more authentically without lots of tourists. But on the other hand, you would also likely to see a lot of people struggles, and like I said before, the rundown businesses everywhere on the street. So yeah, just expect that you won't only see the good things, and sometimes it will make you feel uncomfortable or sad. So just expect that, then I don't think you will get shocked like me. Number 2, the lectures. I think I also mentioned about the lectures a bit in the part 1 video. If you haven't looked at my part 1 video yet, I will link it here somewhere. And if you already take a look at it, just continue this video. Alright, so I mentioned about the lectures. So if your university tells you that the lectures are completely online, then you can plan a lot, like you can plan to stay at this part of the country a bit, and then another part just to explore the country that you will go to, explore the people, the culture, the food and everything. I think it will be, this is my recommendations. And if your class will be the normal lectures in the classroom, then I would recommend you to live or to find accommodation somewhere near your uni, because it's easier to go back and forth if you need something from the school. But again, think about that and find your guest house or your room or your accommodation. Plan accordingly. If the school says the lectures will be only held online, then you can think about working or learning from a coffee shop or whatever, a restaurant. So and you can hopping around, like for this period of time live in this part of the country, and then another period in another part, so that you can explore more about the cities, and you besides you can also travel more like that. But if it's all like a normal classroom lectures, then yeah, like I said again, find something that to your schools. So yeah, plan well beforehand according to what your schools say. And if they are not sure, like okay, we might we might first we will do online, and then we might do in the present lectures if everything going well, then you also have to be flexible. Then you might want to find somewhere not really far from your school, and in case that they change their mind and make the lectures in classroom, then you don't have to travel that far to your school. Yeah, so just it depends on what your uni says, and you have to plan accordingly. I think most unis, even if they only offers their lectures online, they will try to make some events, create some events for people to gather, for the students to be gathered together and get to know each other. So yeah, take this opportunity and always go to the gathering or to any events that your school have. Otherwise, it's not that easy to make friends only by knowing people from the online lectures. So take the opportunity, take the chance to go to those gathering events or whatever that your uni offers you. And also maybe another tips that I can give you is that you might want to do an exchange already with your friends at your current uni, because it's really hard to make friends. From my own experience, it's really hard to make friends, and lots of people from the same agency that study here in Bali, they already take their friends from Germany to here to Bali. So I mean, they already have their group of friends, so they only travel with their own clique and make no more new friends. So yeah, if you come to an exchange semester alone, you might think of that if your school only held lecture online. I mean, if the school holds the lecture normal in class, then it's a great opportunity to get to know people, to talk to people, to make new friends. But if not, you might want to consider thinking about that again, whether you take your friends from your schools already, from your current uni, and just convince them to do an exchange together. That is also another possibility, so that you won't be coming from a country to another new country and you don't know people, so it's a bit hard. Yeah, so that is another tip I can give you. Or if you you have no friends and nobody wants to go with you to an exchange semester at this country because they have another interest in another country, like I said, just try to take opportunity to be involved in events, in students gathering, in whatever that your school offers you. And also maybe some go to the coffee shop or bars or restaurants. Most of those bars or restaurants, they also have like some events few times a month or whatever, I don't know, but try to take all those opportunities to get to know people, especially the local people in the country that you go to, because that is the sense of doing an exchange semester. You don't just go to this country, like country A, just like giving an example to you. You don't just go to this country A to travel and not giving a shit about the people and the culture or the language. So don't be like that. Don't be arrogant like that. You want to go to this country because you love, I don't know, you might love the culture, you might love the food, you might love just the landscape or whatever, but I think that is not the sense of it. You want to go to a country for an exchange semester in order to get to know their culture, their country, their identity, their whatever. You don't just go there and just traveling all the time. Don't give a shit about the people. Don't speak the language, whatever. Don't be like that. I've seen people like that, so that's why I tell you this beforehand. So don't be this kind of tourist or people. It's just not good. I don't think it's good for. I don't think anybody would want to be friends with you. Number three, promotion. So during this pandemic, I think the tourism sector is really, struggling from it the most. But you, as a student, you have to think of the advantage, like the bright side of everything, of literally everything. So the bright side of it is that a lot of hotels, a lot of guest houses, a lot of restaurants or whatever, they have a lot of promotion. They have a lot of special offers because of the pandemic. No one travels, like not many people travels internationally. Mostly the domestic travelers would travel more, and so there's a lot of promotions, a lot of special offers for stay at hotels, stay at guest houses. I don't know, events or whatever, things like that. So you have to, you should be also doing research about it, like if you're looking for a home, for example, a accommodation, a villa or room to stay in the country that you will do exchange, you can search in Facebook, search in Airbnb. Airbnb has a lot of offers. I used to stay in Airbnb before I came here, so I also hop around because my school, my lectures were all held online, and yeah, it was great because you get this advantageous deal that you can never get before. Thanks to the pandemic, somehow, yeah, you always have to look at the bright side of everything. So you pay half of it or 40% only. There's a lot of discounts in everything, literally everything, from food to accommodation to events to course, surf course, a language course, whatever that you can find. So yeah, my advice is to do research beforehand, well planned, well prepared. Then you can get a lot of promotions, special deals. You only pay 40%, 50%, or 70%. It's you can spare a lot of money, and so that you can use those money to travel instead. So Facebook community is also a really good one to start, as well as just as your school, your university. They will also have tips for you in searching for everything, literally everything. Yeah. Number four, which is the last one, is that you have to expect a lot of domestic travelers. You will see a lot of domestic travelers in the country that you go to because of the travel restriction and things like that. I think the pandemic kind of changed people to value more of their own surroundings, their country. So I think no matter where you live in this world, you will experience the same. You will see a lot of domestic travelers, a lot of locals that will travel more in Germany, in whatever. I think the same thing happened. And just expect that you will see a lot of people from other cities have their vacation, have their work from home situation there. So sometimes you will likely to meet those domestic travelers more than the real, the locals who live there. So yeah, it's a mixed kind of people. So just expect that you will see a lot of local travelers. And yeah, I think that is the end of this video. We come to an end of the part 2. Again, if you haven't already watched the part 1, just go watch it. I will link it in the info box. And I wish you only the best for your exchange semester. I hope everything will go smoothly. Stay safe and healthy. Bye bye.
Yeah.